They called them the twin stars of the Veylara Empire, daughters of an alien queen who ruled 12 galaxies. They could bend gravity, command fleets, and recite equations older than Earth's moon. But math? They failed every test. Until a quiet human janitor, a single dad mopping the alien academy floors, stopped one night, looked at their work and said, "Who told you math isn't supposed to make sense?" That moment didn't just change their grades, it changed what the galaxy thought humans were capable of. If that opening made you pause for a second, hit that like button. Subscribe for more legendary human stories that prove why we're the wild card of the galaxy. And hey, drop a comment. Do you think humanity's greatest strength is logic or heart? Let's dive into the story of how a janitor's lesson rewrote alien education forever. In the crystal halls of the Veylara Royal Academy, perfection wasn't optional, it was law. Students floated through anti-gravity corridors, their minds wired into glowing data streams, solving equations that bent stars and folded light itself. But inside Chamber 17, silence reigned. Two figures sat frozen before a holographic board, the twin daughters of Queen Auralis. Their silver eyes flickered as alien numbers swirled like storms before them. Again, failure. Their equations collapsed. The system flashed incomplete understanding. Across the empire, the news spread like wildfire. The Queen's twins had failed their quantum exams. Again, it was unthinkable. Her heirs, her twin stars, were supposed to embody perfection. Instead, they were living proof that even divine blood could falter. Behind closed doors, Queen Auralis stared at their results, her expression unreadable. "Knowledge," she murmured, "is not in their nature. Perhaps it is in their nurture." That night, guards swept the academy clean, ensuring no record of the humiliation remained. But down in the sublevels, past the marble halls, through flickering lights, a human janitor mopped the floors. And though no one noticed, he hummed a lullaby once taught to him by his own daughter, as destiny quietly listened. His name was Daniel Rhee. No medals, no titles. Just a human from a forgotten Earth colony, hired to clean after the geniuses of a galaxy that barely remembered humanity. Every night, Daniel worked in silence, pushing his mop through the echoing halls of the academy. He'd hum old Earth tunes, soft and off-key, songs about rain, home, and hope. Most nights, no one noticed him, and that was fine. He'd learned long ago that invisibility had its perks. But that evening, as he emptied the waste bins near Chamber 17, he heard something unusual, quiet sobbing. Two alien voices, fragile, trembling. He hesitated. Janitors weren't supposed to notice royalty. Still, he knocked softly on the half-open door. Inside, the Queen's daughters sat on the floor, surrounded by crumpled holographic pages. Numbers glowed and dissolved around them like dying stars. "We're not broken," one whispered. "Why can't we understand it like the others?" Daniel looked at the equations, his brow furrowed. He didn't see failure. He saw confusion, structure without heart. He kneeled beside them, mop still in hand, and asked quietly, "Mind if I take a look? Sometimes the numbers just need a little story." The twins watched the human janitor kneel beside their failed equations, his old uniform soaked with mop water and quiet confidence. He didn't touch the hologram. He just looked at it the way someone looks at the night sky, trying to feel the pattern before naming it. "See this?" Daniel said, pointing at the glowing formula. "You're treating it like a wall. Math isn't a wall. It's a map." "A map?" One twin blinked. "Yeah. You don't memorize it. You travel through it." He smiled faintly. "Back home, I taught my daughter that every number has a personality. 2's shy, 3's proud, 0's mysterious. But when they meet, they tell stories, like people do." For a moment, the alien girls forgot who they were and just listened. Daniel rewrote the problem, narrating like a bedtime tale. The numbers danced, collided, made sense. When he finished, silence filled the room. Then, the hologram shimmered. Correct. The twins gasped. Their eyes glowed brighter than the stars outside. Daniel chuckled softly. See? Math doesn't fail you. You just have to speak its language. The human way. Weeks passed. Every night after the halls emptied, the twins waited for the sound of that familiar mop sliding across the tiles. Daniel would sit with them, teaching, laughing, explaining, not like a teacher, but like a dad. And the impossible started to happen. Their grades soared. Their understanding grew. But something else changed too. They began questioning the rules. One evening, the older twin, Lyra, stared at an ancient Veylara equation, a law written by the Empire's greatest physicist. "It says this constant can't be altered," she whispered. Daniel leaned in. "Says who?" The girls exchanged a look, that quiet, dangerous spark of curiosity only humans seem to ignite. Together they tried a variation, a small change that no alien dared attempt. The board flickered, then exploded in light. The air shimmered, space itself bent. When the glow faded, the Academy S simulation core was running a model no one had ever achieved before. A stable fold in subspace. They had just disproven a law that stood for 10,000 years. And as alarms echoed across the Empire, the Queen's advisors whispered the unthinkable. The twins learned from a human janitor. That night, 2 alien princesses began to love numbers. Queen Auralis arrived before dawn. Her royal guards knelt, trembling as she entered the simulation chamber, still glowing with unstable energy. There, her daughters stood, radiant, terrified, proud, and beside them, a man with a mop, eyes calm, posture humble. "You," she said quietly, "you taught them this?" Daniel met her gaze. "No, ma'am. I just reminded them it's okay to be curious." The Queen studied him, this fragile, soft-skinned being from a species her empire considered obsolete. Yet in his words, she felt something ancient, something alive. "My scientists obey rules," she murmured. "But you're kind. You question them." Daniel smiled faintly. "That's how we survive, Your Majesty. We mess up, we try again, and sometimes we find beauty where logic says we shouldn't." For the first time in her reign, Queen Auralis bowed her head. "Then perhaps," she said softly, "it is time the galaxy learns from humans." Weeks later, the Veylara Academy added a new subject to its curriculum, human creative logic. And on the door, engraved in silver letters, were words written by the twins themselves. "He didn't teach us math, he taught us how to wonder."